Let's take a look at adjusting the reticle and display brightness on the Revic PMR. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is we need to power up the PMR. So press and hold for 3 seconds on the enter button. Now I'm at the main display, and just a quick review of the entry buttons. We have an enter, we have a left, right, up and down arrow. So from the menu, we'll use those arrows to navigate where we want, select an item for editing, and then adjust it to where we want it to be. So there's no real save in the Revic PMR. Once you've made an adjustment, if you leave the navigation menu, everything's saved automatically. So you don't have to worry about any save functions. So to enter the navigation menu, just a short press of the enter button, and it takes you immediately to the temperature, weather menu item. And we'll just go left and right button until we get to the heads-up display. And then you can see that there's 3 options. You've got display, you've got reticle, and then you've got reticle color. So the first 2 are your brightness or your intensity. The last one is your reticle color. You can't change the display color. It's fixed at a yellow. So we have a few different color options on the reticle. You've got red, you've got yellow, blue, and green. And then on the display intensity, the bias that we set here will exist for our quick change later. So I'm going to show you that when we're through. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the display brightness. So you use the up and down arrows to navigate to the display brightness. And then you can see there's an outline around the menu and the number. If I hit the enter button once, now there's just an outline around the display value. So I can use the up and down arrows now to adjust exactly where I want it. And then once I'm there, I hit enter button again, and now you can see the outline switches to where everything's outlined. So that basically says, okay, I've gone in and I've edited my number, now I'm out. Now the up and down arrows move you up and down the menu rather than up and down on the value. So let's go down 1 and let's set the reticle. All right, now the reticle number, I can just hit enter. And now if I go up and down, now I hit enter to save it. So that reticle and display intensity that you've set, and that bias that you set exists for our quick adjustment later. So the last thing we can do is we can go down 1 more and we can look at the color, set the color the way you want it, and when that's done, hit enter. To exit the main menu, you just let it time out and it will just bump you back to the main display, or if you want to get there quickly, you just press and hold for about 1.5 seconds and it'll kick you right back out to that main display. One thing I do want to show you before we leave, at the main display, let's say you pull your gun out and the light conditions are different. If you need to change your brightness really quickly, you can do that from the main display without going into the navigation menu by just simply pushing up or down on your display. And that will just make it brighter or dimmer really quickly, but it will adjust your display and your reticle proportionately. So whatever you set for your bias before, it will keep that bias and allow you to adjust it up and down. So it's a really quick method to get the display and everything working just the way that you want it for those different shooting conditions that you experience. So that is the Revic reticle and heads-up display brightness adjustment.